The St. Clair Saints women's basketball team hosted the OCAA championships at the Sportsplex this past weekend and advanced to the championship game against the Fanshawe Falcons. In a rematch of last year's final, Fanshawe had to weather an early storm created by St. Clair as they whipped their home crowd into a frenzy that saw them jump ahead 20-8 in the game's early moments. The Saints used 5 triples and 53% shooting to remain up 28-20 entering the second quarter. However, Fanshawe caught fire in the pivotal third quarter, shooting 73% from the field and held St. Clair to just 6 points in the frame to move ahead 68-58 by the beginning of the fourth. St. Clair made some noise late and were within 9 points in the final minute, but the run came short and Fanshawe was able to dribble out the clock to win their second OCAA championship in a row.
They win the gold medal.
Windsor native Michael Mulder, a CCH graduate, has been lighting it up with the Golden State Warriors of the NBA. Although his 10-day contract ended on Saturday, head coach Steve Kerr said that he plans to have Michael Mulder remain with the Dubs for the rest of the season.
Mike is fantastic, really good player, good defensively as well, and we're lucky to have him. So we're anxious to get him back some way. So I'm sure that's going to happen.
The St. Clair Saints women's volleyball team, the OCAA Bronze medalist, head coach Jimmy El-Turk, and captain Julie Ann Milling. For the second time in 3 years, you guys have taken home a medal, obviously a very significant period of time. Talk to us about the entire weekend a little bit and talk to us about how special this medal is to you guys.
I think I can say with confidence the first time in my 5-year tenure where we've actually played our very best at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. And so as a coach, in terms of like my preparation and trying to get the team ready for that weekend, I was proud of what our coaching staff accomplished in terms of our planning up until that point. Mm-hmm. But to see our athletes perform, that's the best. Like I was able to just mostly sit all weekend mm-hmm. and kind of enjoy and be a spectator. And we beat Algonquin in the quarterfinal like very, very handily, mm-hmm. And just played really, really well. The next night against Fanshawe, split the first 2 sets and we were up 22-19 in the third and just had a little blip, mm-hmm. Just played poorly for 2 minutes, and next thing you know, we're down 2-1, and it was kind of tough for us to recover. And mm-hmm. having to bounce back from a semifinal loss again the next day, and just shows a lot of character within the team, and what our leadership group within the team was able to do with the team to get them ready was a really proud moment for me as a coach.
Julie, that's your last game. That's your last game. What a way to go out, right? What could you have scripted it any better?
No, we came away with a medal. Actually, the last point of the game was the weirdest point ever, and I didn't even know we had won. It was like a net touch, and we dug the ball, and then it was called, and I turned, and I was looked up at the refs, and looked back at the girls, and they were all running onto the court.
Hey!
I know, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Joining me in studio today is the general manager of the Windsor Express for the past 4 seasons, Erin Basterfield. Thank you for joining the show.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it.
Talk to us about how you become the general manager, because there's 2 sides of things. There's mm-hmm. business and there's player side. You focus mostly on the business side, correct? So that we don't want to get it twisted. Your main focus is the mm-hmm. business. Bill Jones takes care of basketball. You're about business. Talk to us about what a day-to-day, what your daily life is like as the GM of the Express.
So for being the general manager, I definitely focus on the business operations. Mm-hmm. So I've oversee game day, sponsorship, marketing, sales, and just kind of day to day, it's always something different. It's always something new. Trying to work on different marketing and promotion ideas to bring out people to our upcoming games. Kind of looking at all our different revenue streams, tickets, concessions, merchandise, kind of just developing that. So it's always new, which is great, because it's definitely isn't a boring job at all.
Absolutely. Now, you are a woman in a very male-dominated mm-hmm. world. Sports in general, very male-dominated. If you were to encourage a young woman to get involved in sport, what would you say? How do we encourage more women to get involved in pro sports?
For any women out there, I would just encourage them just to pursue your dream, no matter what kind of industry it is, whether it be an engineer, scientist, no matter what, just accomplish it, because being in sports today, I know there's so many more women in positions such as the NBA. They have 11 assistant coaches, which several years ago, there wasn't any women assistant coaches. So it's definitely great to see that development as well.
This week's TSS Spotlight is shining on Windsor native Tony Laramie. The mixed martial artist won the Prospect Fighting Championship flyweight title this past weekend with a unanimous decision victory over Chad Ledesma in Toronto. Congratulations, Tony, and here's to a long reign as champ in PFC.